Many describe downtown Worcester as being in the middle of a renaissance, but there are some historic buildings near Main Street still vacant. Plans for a future school were recently dropped, but developers are confident the buildings will be put to good use. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now to explain. Chandler.
Olivia, the city says in a handful of years, Lincoln Square could be much different with renovations to 3 iconic buildings. The owners of the former Boys Club behind me are now without a tenant, but are optimistic about finding the right one. The former Lincoln Square Boys Club reminds Joni Conan of her dad. He studied there when it was part of a vocational school.
Which room was he in? What kind of saw did he use? Because he was doing carpentry, studying carpentry, and what did he make?
The building is owned by Wind Companies. It was set to house Summit Academy, a school for children with autism, but plans changed.
We were in final lease negotiations when they came to us and said they needed more time. And we admire their work and their mission. And it is what it is.
Executive Vice President Michael O'Brien says Wynn is now looking at other potential tenants like biotech companies, restaurants, or other schools.
We hope to find that one relatively shortly. We can deliver this building in less than 15 months.
The building is one of 3 historic structures on the north end of Main Street the city would like to see back in use.
Just sitting here not doing nothing. I mean, they're pretty buildings and everything, but definitely want to use it for something.
Across the street, the old courthouse is under construction for new housing, and the city is in talks to find a use for the Worcester Auditorium. O'Brien says the former Boys Club needs about $13 million in renovations, but the location is ideal.
You think about Lincoln Square, it's all roads lead to and from. It's one of the most highly traveled areas of Worcester. And that's a grand, prominent location.
Preserve these buildings because the exterior and the looks and the patterns of everything that's in there is so special that you don't even see this anymore.
O'Brien says Wynn isn't closing the door on Summit Academy and say if they're ready before a new tenant is chosen, they'd be happy to work with them. Worcester's Chief Development Officer says the city is hoping to make an announcement about a future use for the Worcester Auditorium soon. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.